Let's now move on. Viewers, a quite unusual story has been making headlines ever since the G7 ended and has put the US and Italy in a geopolitical pickle, so to say. And it all stems from Trump stating how Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni asked for a selfie. Trump claimed that Meloni had repeatedly sought a photograph with him and suggested she was eager for his attention during the recent G7 summit. And in fact, there is another reaction that we've got from Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, who took to Instagram to hit back at Donald Trump and address this controversy once again. She's dismissed Trump's remarks as baseless and unnecessary. She stressed that her political standing was built by the trust of Italian voters and not by anyone else's endorsement. In fact, in a pointed response, the Italian Prime Minister suggested that rather than commenting on her popularity, Trump would be better served focusing on his own political fortunes. And this is the reaction that we've got from Italian Prime Minister today, because the war of words between both the leaders has intensified on social media platforms. And yesterday, Meloni had firmly rejected the remarks of Donald Trump. Listen into what she had said earlier.
Dunque, certe cose meritano una risposta immediata. Le dichiarazioni di Donald Trump sono dichiarazioni totalmente inventate, sono francamente allibita. Non so perché il Presidente degli Stati Uniti si comporti così con i propri alleati, non è del resto la prima volta che accade. Posso solo dire che dispiace che non abbia la stessa determinazione con i nemici dell'Occidente, con i nemici degli Stati Uniti, con leadership con le quali invece si dimostra molto più accondiscendente. Però una cosa se la deve ricordare: io e l'Italia non imploriamo mai.
So you heard what Italian Prime Minister said yesterday, and today, of course, we saw a reaction, another reaction coming in from US President Donald Trump, to which also, again, Italian Prime Minister has responded. Now, viewers, as the controversy deepens, Italy's political establishment has rallied behind Meloni, rejecting Trump's comments as offensive and unfounded. The fallout has now spilled into diplomatic ties, with Italy's foreign minister cancelling a planned visit to the United States of America in protest. This is the latest update that we are getting at this point in time. And this is an update, and this war of words has now spilled into Indian politics as well. Congress leaders here in India drew parallels between the Italian Prime Minister's response to Trump and India's handling of its ties with the United States. The opposition questioned why the government did not press harder on the issue of the 3 Indian sailors who lost their lives in American strikes. Listen in.
दो टूक जवाब दिया डोनाल्ड ट्रंप को मेलोनी जी ने। सीख लेते उनसे, आप तो बड़ा उनको टॉफियां देते रहते हो, उसके एवज में कुछ शिक्षा भी ले लेते। कि ऐसे आंख में आंख डाल के जवाब दिया जाता है कि हमारे 3 सेलर्स का अकाउंट दो, उनसे माफी मांगो, उनके परिवारों से, भारत से माफी मांगो, ऐसे आंख दिखा के कहना पड़ता है। आप अपने देश की महिलाओं से नहीं सीख सकते मोदी जी, यूरोप की महिला से सीख लीजिए जिनको आप मेलोडी देते हैं।
As far as the relationship of Italian Prime Minister and President Trump is different thing. Nobody knows whether she wanted any photograph with President Trump or not. But India should learn a lesson from Iran. Iran is not a strong country like India. In spite of that, they didn't bow before United States. They have taught a lesson to United States. Our Prime Minister is unable even to ask US to say sorry about our 3 Indians who were killed by United States. So our Prime Minister should learn a lesson from Iran.
जिस तरह से इटली के जो है नेता के खिलाफ जिस तरह की टिप्पणी की गई, वो कहीं ना कहीं उनको अपमानित करने का प्रयास था। और इस तरह का व्यवहार जो राष्ट्रपति डोनाल्ड ट्रंप हैं, वो लगातार विभिन्न देशों के साथ कर रहे हैं। समाजवादी पार्टी समझती है कि ये इस तरह का व्यवहार वो निंदनीय है। किसी भी राष्ट्र अध्यक्ष के साथ जिस तरह का व्यवहार डोनाल्ड ट्रंप के द्वारा किया जा रहा है वो कहीं भी स्वीकार नहीं है। और जो इटली के में जिस तरह की बात चल रही है, राजनीतिक तूफान है, निश्चित रूप से जवाब देना चाहिए। अगर किसी ने दुर्व्यवहार किया है, कोई अपमानित करने का प्रयास कर रहा है, तो उनको निश्चित रूप से जवाब दिया जाना चाहिए।
Let's go across to my colleague Srinjoy Chaudhary, who is live with us for more on the story. Srinjoy, once again today, after Trump responded to Giorgia Meloni, Italy's Prime Minister has again hit back at US President. What's really happening?
It's actually a symptom. It's a sign of the differences between Europe and the United States and the challenges that NATO faces in the future. Because if there are such problems between the Americans and countries like Britain, France, Germany, Italy, all four countries are part of G7, then it is a sign that there could be trouble in the Western alliance and that it isn't as firm as it once was. So this is actually a very worrying trend. Fine, there's a spat between two heads of government, a president of the United States and the Prime Minister of Italy. That's bad enough. But if this is a symptom of how things are between Europe and America, then there is a possibility of a breakdown and a strategic problem in the future.
All right. Thank you very much, Srinjoy, for the moment, for joining us with your inputs on the story. We will slip into a very, very short break. More news and updates on the other side. Stay with us.